What is going on, guys? My name is Screech. Welcome back to another video. This is the last part of this little series. This is Screech's tale. If you have not already, we have reacted to Violet's tale and reacted to Jenny's. I did realize just now this video that he has another video of all three, but me personally, I like the way that it's broken down because I don't want to have a big old 30-40 minute long video of me explaining everything. But I appreciate you guys. As always, please go check the original video down in the comments below, and if there's anything you want me to react to, please let me know. Here we go.
Our story, it starts right at the end. At the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben. Dear Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow. Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more.
So just a quick bit of context, just in case, for whatever reason, if anybody's like me and didn't watch the original videos before this, this is directly in correlation to Jenny's story. So I guess I was left on a bit of a cliffhanger because when I was reacting to Jenny's story, I couldn't understand whether she did die or not, but of course, obviously she did. So this is in the perspective of where Screech had robbed her and killed her, and now he's realizing he made a bad mistake after being, I'm assuming, up on drugs or something, and now he's kind of coming to the wonderful realization that he made a bad choice.
But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind that does away. Hey, babe, are you in? No, nothing really, I'm just a bit tired, listen. Can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch! For fuck's sakes! Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night. The shrill cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3", working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
The cameraman's perspective just has to be funny.
Our story, it ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying one street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
Well, there we have it, man. Sheesh. That cameraman's perspective. I'm sorry, but that had to be so funny for the cameraman's perspective. It's just truly awful what wounding up with the wrong people or getting involved with drugs or whatever, it's awful the path that it takes. I feel like a lot of people that maybe just do a little bit of drugs here and there or whatever the reasons is, it usually always ends up worse and worse and worse. It's very difficult to hear a story of somebody recovering on their own or just kind of like, oh, I don't do that anymore, that's not me, like without going through some type of experience. And like with me, like growing up, I've been offered plenty of times, drugs and alcohol and stuff. I've always turned it down. I always just kind of had, a level head on my shoulders, I guess. Not putting that to anybody out there. I mean, everybody's situation is different, but I've never got involved in that kind of stuff. So of course my perspective is not the best. But it's awful because just of your own choices of wanting to feel good and coping in your own way eventually leads you down a path of, with the Screech character. Screech got involved with drugs, ended up robbing somebody, ended up killing somebody, then going on doing his own thing. Probably good chance he was going to harm somebody else before the police arrived. And instead of him running away, he was so I guess mentally unstable, thinking, he's on top of the world and that nobody can tear him down. And of course ended up him getting shot. So not only did he ruin, innocent Jenny's life, but he also ruined his own. And to an extent, he ruined his own innocent life. I think that's another thing that gets looked over. Is a lot of people's like, oh, good riddance, he's gone. It's like, it definitely was not helping for sure. But everybody can always be saved. Everybody is good people, can be good people with the right steps and stuff like that. Nobody is just born bad. We all have our different circumstances that lead us to choices that we make, and there's always people that can get help. And of course it is very unfortunate people that are kind of far gone or did grow up in a certain environment that causes them to have these outlashes and these horrible things that they do. And it's awful. It's terrible to see. And just like I said, just because of his own decisions, not only did he affect Jenny, and not only did he affect himself, but he hurt Jenny's family, he hurt whatever family that he had, and he hurt the officer. Because, I mean, at least for myself, nobody wants to kill anybody. Nobody wants to go to bed at night with that on their conscience, whether you have to or not, of course. Nobody wants to sleep with that. So it's a ridiculous cycle that I don't really think gets explained in that way, and I hope that me explaining it helps kind of raise awareness or just makes you think a little bit harder, because I think that's always the biggest thing is, people say, people that are like that always stick with the, oh, you're being so selfish. Oh, what about what's your family going to think? And I think it, a lot of people don't understand that it extends out so much farther than that. The people involved, the people that have to take care of you, the people that have to arrange a funeral, the people that have to talk about your finances to your family and stuff. There's so much more wrapped up in it, to where the obvious factor, of course, yes, you being gone hurts people, but it does way more damage you being gone than it does you being here and taking steps or whatever, just even end up being in the hospital with some minor injuries or something. I think that's the biggest thing, is nobody will ever come back from a loss, but not only are you gone, but you leave behind all the negative stuff that you've been building up, and you bear that on other people, and that's why it's selfish. And so I truly hope anybody that has those thoughts or that that deals with certain things. I don't like talking about drugs and stuff like that. That's not my place. That's not my experience. I as me, I just want you to get help. I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to be able to talk to who they should be able to, and it's so much easier than people think. And I preach about it too on my podcast, Feeds the Mindset. I preach about that a lot as well. I've helped a lot of people, and I don't say this in like a credibility way. I don't want nobody sitting here saying, "Wow, Feeds is a really good guy." That's just what I do. I like helping people. If you need somebody to talk to, I am here. I will answer the best that I can. I'll give you good advice of what I see fit if you want my opinion. But at the end of the day, nobody deserves to be hurting. Nobody deserves to have no friends or to not have nobody to reach out to or have to cope to drugs or these other things that they do because they feel like nobody's there. There's always options. There's always people that you can reach out to, and you are the only one that can stop that from happening. So, of course, another thing, obviously, this is Ren's video, and we need to talk about Ren, of course. It is a beautiful mastermind, man. I've seen his original video, the one that's, crazy blowing up. I can't remember the name of it right now, but he is very, very intricate in the way that he speaks and raises awareness. He, like I said, he beats around the bush, but he gets to the purpose at the same time, and I know that don't really make sense, but it's like he talks about topics that no one wants to talk about, but he does it in a way to where he's just explaining the topic. He's not really giving his biased opinion. He's just explaining kind of how it goes down and the details of what's happening, and it's awesome. It's crazy to see because it's just a very unique perspective on it, and really gets you thinking and really gets you to hear about stories that people don't like explaining, and to the stuff that the news tries to hide or your family members tries to hide, that somebody close to you went through something and they don't want you to know the full story of this and that or whatever. And it's a unique situation that a lot of people can maybe apply to their own lives. Of course, obviously I hope not, because nobody deserves to lose any loved ones or have loved ones, but we all have that. There's always somebody in your family that's wrapped up in something, or not the best people or the best environment or the best choices. We all have our own routes and our own ways, but it's very important that we all realize that we can make a change, and that you do have a purpose, and you can be somebody's light. You may think that you're the dark end of the tunnel, but one of these days you'll get the help that you need, and you'll end up being the light for somebody else. And I think that's the other beautiful thing about it. Of course, I don't want nobody to go and make bad choices and be involved with drugs and do these bad things, but to the people that have and that have recovered, it's just a plus one that they get of their experience, and now they get to share that of their eye level view and their perspective, and it means a lot more to the other people that they're trying to help because you've already been through it, and it's something that they can relate to and understand. And so I think that's also the other biggest thing that don't get talked about a lot, is people going through something, coming back from it in a positive way, and not realizing that their negative past that they're trying to forget is actually something very helpful and memorable that can help other people. And yeah, of course, there's a whole nother topic of trauma and PTSD and all that kind of stuff, and that's a completely different conversation. But if you can manage and understand what you've went through and how you got back to being better and stuff, it's very important that you keep in mind, where you stem from and where, what you came back from, because that is very important to other people that are affected. Just because you may not like your bad experiences, other people may hear that and it may change their experiences, and it just all in all just helps everybody, and it just turns out to be a big positive thing. So of course, anybody involved, I hope that you tremendously, I hope that you get the help that you need and reach out to people. And like I said, that's kind of the last bit I'll leave on, is everybody thinks it's so hard to reach out to people, and oh, I'm uncomfortable, oh, they're going to say no, oh, I don't want to do it, oh, I don't need help. Yes, you do. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs a friend. Everybody needs somebody to talk to. You need at least one person on your phone that you can call when you have troubles. Everybody does. And so if you don't have that is not a dig or anything like that at all. It's just a wake-up call. Everybody needs friends. You cannot be in this world alone. It's been 2024. You can't be here alone. There's too much crazy stuff going on in the world to deal with it all alone. So I hope that you all get the help that you need if you are watching this and dealt with that. I hope that I maybe helped you understand some things, and maybe in different ways. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I didn't offend anybody. It's just from my perspective, just me thinking about this wonderful tale that Ren has put us on. And as always, of course, like I said, go support Ren, as he is the mastermind, of course, behind these crazy videos, and the production is insane. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Seeds, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.